Kid, only 20 years old, full 6'1", 165, super middleweight. He'll be taking on, look at that, that's the best boxing name, Sergio, I've ever seen in my life. Delvecchio Savage out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. 23 years old, still a young guy. He's the opponent in this fight, but he'll get after it against an unbeaten kid. Unified rules are in effect all night. No 3 knockdown rule. There is no standing 8. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. And in case of an accidental foul, you go to the scorecards after 4 rounds. Let's go to the ring right now, ready to get started with David Diamante.
And now, making his way to the ring, please welcome Delvecchio, Del Chapo Savage.
I think they want you on sticks still. Are they staying on sticks? I don't know. What are they doing?
Delvecchio Savage all smiles as he comes into the ring. He is only 3-5-1, but he could be a tough opponent here, Sergio. He comes in, he's never been dropped. 8 of his 9 opponents have been unbeaten. So he's an opponent, but he's a tough opponent.
And this is where, that's a measuring stick of exactly where Espino's at. I mean, he's 5-0, knocking out 4 knockouts in those 5 losses, knocking out everyone they put in front of him. If he can knock out a Savage like Delvecchio, absolutely, that makes a statement.
Entering the arena, please welcome the undefeated Alexis Espino.
See Robert Garcia bringing in Alexis Espino. Robert will be in the corner, of course, for his brother Mikey Garcia later. Espino coming in 5-0, 4 of his wins by knockout. Very promising young professional, and we get to see him in action here tonight. Again, short layoff for him, right back to work. That'll be the case with all of our young fighters here as we start getting closer toward the main event. And Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas later on tonight. Oh, good. They got a shot of the hat. The meat market has been satisfied, and we get ready to go with Espino and Savage.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Ford Center here at the Star in Frisco, Texas, USA, for an incredible night of world-class professional boxing. We're live on Dazn and Sky Sports, and all of tonight's action is brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing USA. We're sponsored by Tecate, the official beer of boxing, Winline, and JD Sports. All of tonight's bouts are sanctioned under the auspices of the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. The program director is Greg Alvarez. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside: Robert Chapa, Don Griffin, and David Yakabuchi. At the sound of the bell, your 3rd man in the ring, referee Neil Young. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner and standing with his head trainer, Walter Charleston. He wears the white with red and green trim. He's scaled at 163.6 pounds. His professional record, 3 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw. He has 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, introducing Delvecchio, Del Chapo Savage. Savage. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He stands with his head trainer, Robert Garcia. He wears the brown with the gold trim. He scaled 165 pounds bang on. His young professional record, thus far perfect. 5 fights, 5 victories, 4 of them coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the hard-hitting and fast-rising young prospect, Alexis Espino.
Okay, gentlemen, we're on rules in the press room. You have any questions? Remember to obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to you.
And again, this is where you get to see the next stars in the sport. Alexis Espino, only 20 years old, out of Las Vegas. Quick scattering report, Sergio. Do you like this kid?
I do. I mean, he has his combinations are really nice. He goes to the body and to the head. He doesn't really. He takes his time. You know, he shows a little bit of maturity. So yes, I do like him.
Round number 1, Delvecchio Savage out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. In the white trunks, Alexis Espino of Las Vegas in the black trunks, scheduled for 6. And Savage, like Deontay Wilder out of Tuscaloosa, started boxing at the age of 19. It's a real disadvantage, Sergio, but he's made the most of it, as of course Deontay Wilder has as well. But that's tough. You start boxing then, things are just not going to come as naturally to you.
No, but the big difference between starting late as a heavyweight and starting late as a middleweight or a welterweight or lower weight classes, because in the big men, they can fight with a jab and a right hand. They can get a long way with that. Smaller guys, they have to use technique and timing, and a lot more is involved.
Competition is very different too. Nice jab by Savage. He got it in. He had a nice jab to the body too before that. I mean, it's just a different talent pool that you're dealing with. You can do all sorts of things as a heavyweight, which we saw this weekend with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, heavyweight championship of the world.
Box.
Savage caught Espino with a straight left hand. Really nice. He's pawing with that right hand, trying to get him to bite, trying to get Espino to bite, and he lured him with a straight left hand.
Delvecchio there, nice shot to the body too with the right hook. He is an orthodox fighter, but he has come in as a southpaw. Maybe that's throwing Espino off a little bit, although usually at this level you don't do voluminous scouting of your opponent. Usually you just get in there and do your thing.
Espino trying to catch him with a check hook coming in. That's how he stopped his last opponent, Vincent Bacchus, with a check hook. Really rocked him from there, went downhill for him. So Espino looking for that check hook for Savage coming in.
Espino with a beautiful jab right there and a nice little quick hook. Snuck that right in.
Let's go.
Again, but this is what you want. You want a level of progression, right, Sergio? You don't want to just go in against someone who can't defend themselves, because there's plenty of guys out there like that. You go in against a guy who's pretty raw, but tough, like Savage, and you have to work to get a win.
Who's never been stopped.
Break,
also, so, you know, he's lost to opponents that also have never been stopped or undefeated opponents. So that's the measuring stick here whenever you want to bring up a prospect like Espino.
Yeah, Savage has said that he would apply constant pressure. I don't know if he's done that, but he's boxing smartly. He's balanced. A good left hand there. Tried 1-1-2, but he set himself up nicely. And already, at least you got to judge this round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
not. You can't just say, "Oh, Espino's winning all these rounds." I don't know if he has in this first round.
Especially with that straight left hand. So, I mean, Espino landing nice shots like just right there, and a nice little chopping right hand. But Savage comes right back and he takes it really nice.
See the crowd still filtering in here. Again, we've got 7 fights coming your way all through the evening, so the crowd will be coming in here. We're expecting about 10,000 people here by the main event. Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas later here tonight. Final seconds, round number 1. And Alexis Espino looking for a test. Looks like he has found one in a pretty rugged guy in Delvecchio Savage.
Llevarlo para atrás y tu pie aquí afuera, porque si lo tienes adentro se te va muy fácil. Se te va muy Your left foot on the outside of his right foot, right? Okay. Y entre ahí la derecha, ahí búsqueme.
And here's that left hand that I was talking about, Savage. It looked like he didn't extend it as he should. The elbow didn't come popping out, but it was still a nice shot that landed cleanly on Espino. Espino doesn't want to get hit with too many of those, and Espino comes back with that check hook I was talking about, Brian. Right there. That was a better shot than Savage. Both of them landing straight left hands and a nice left hook.
Seconds out! Seconds out!
I have a question for you, Sergio.
Number 2.
If you are Robert Garcia and you're in the corner of Espino,
Let's go.
and what do you do to tell your guy, mainly psychologically, when he has found out that the guy I'm fighting is no joke? You know what I mean? He's like, hey, man, you're in tough. This is a real live guy in front of you. What do you tell him?
I think he just told him that in the corner. They told him in Spanish. You need to get in the inside. You got to get your respect with some body shots, but be careful and move your head. So they're showing respect. They know that this guy's a live fighter, and with a name like Savage, he better be.
When you see the name, too, imagine having that name. If you come back, Sergio, you got to...
Delvecchio Savage.
Delvecchio Savage, come back with that name. A couple of nice jabs early on here by Savage early in this round as well. He's already had 2 or 3 scoring shots.
Nice power jab right there by Espino.
Yeah, Savage was talking to somebody. I don't know what he was saying, but you can't talk too much against Espino. You're going to get popped.
See that little paw right there? That's a southpaw trick right there. He keeps his lead right hand on top of your lead right hand, so you won't get the jab off.
And he changed the timing on that as well and was able to score with the jab. I wonder, now Espino, again, we're told he's an orthodox fighter. He's fighting pretty well southpaw. Do you stay this way? He's having success.
He's having success, I would.
Nice hook, lead hook there by Espino.
Not only that, but Espino wasn't probably preparing for a southpaw. No southpaw sparring. Yes, he can adjust, but, you know, it's always a curveball. And that happens, Brian. That happens a lot. It happened to me, actually. You know, I didn't think I was going to be fighting a southpaw, and next thing you know, there was a left-hander there. Good performance, though, on my part.
Who was that? Who we find?
It was on the undercard of Fernando Vargas. I can't remember his name. Deshaun Johnson? No, it wasn't Deshaun. I forget.
I don't have the box rec of Sergio Mora in front of me. I have everybody else's. I don't have yours. Good action here in round 2. Again, just starting to pick up. It's at a slow pace. But a nice fight, nice test. Again, Alexis Espino in the black trunks is 5-0. 4 of his wins by knockout, normally getting easy work. We're working on getting your career bio, Sergio, so you can know who you fought.
Not for nothing, Deshaun Johnson did turn southpaw as well. Nice, tough, rugged fighter as
I'm just saying, you're lucky Mannix isn't here. He'd be roasting you.
Curmudgeon himself.
He's taking a nap right now, but you know, he'll be out here later on to join us. But he would not let that slide the way I will now. Final minute of round 2. Espino versus Savage. Again, Savage starting boxing only 4 years ago. He's never been down. As Sergio mentioned, never been stopped. Takes a good shot, takes one there. And all 3 of his wins. Again, he's got 5 losses and a draw, but he's won 3 times, and he's won by knockout 3 times. So he might catch him.
And he's only lost to undefeated fighters. 4 of the 5 losses are to unbeaten fighters. That says a lot. So Savage has been in there with winners.
Pushing.
The lead right hand. I like the way Espino changes pace on that as well, Sergio.
Absolutely. And right there, he got inside, and then just he didn't punch inside. He just got back on the outside. I want to see him dig downstairs a little bit. Keep those elbows tucked in of Savage.
Another interesting round. Round number 2. Savage able to keep up some pressure, keep his energy up. Espino, though, landing more shots here in that round.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to hit water. Water. Just a little. Water. Just a little hit of water. Water.
And here we see the pawing that Savage was doing, but Espino timed that paw. He was a little bit too slow, and he caught him with that left hook and straight right hand. So that's the problem with pawing a little bit too much with that right hand, that lead right hand if you're southpaw.
Seconds out!
We have some outstanding young fighters on the way. This is Alexis Espino, the man you're looking at right now. He's only 20 years old. 18-year-old Diego Pacheco is up next. Israel Madrimov after that. Madrimov also just a young pro, only 4-0, but over 300 amateur fights, and says he is ready for the top super welterweights in the world right now, including the champions in that division. Right here, though, Alexis Espino, Delvecchio Savage. Savage in the white trunks out of Alabama. Espino from Las Vegas. He's in the black trunks. Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora here. Steve Smoger is with us as well. Claudia Trejos and later Chris Mannix. Getting ready for a night of fights you do not want to miss. I'm glad you tuned in early. You get to see this, just a nice little opening fight. but later, 2 world title fights. Joseph Parker, top 10 heavyweight in the world, and then the main event, Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas.
Espino landing some powerful jabs, some nice jabs. I like that, but in Savage's last fight, he was hurt to the body. And in his 6-round fight, I would like to see Espino dig down there, remind Savage of that body shot that hurt him in his last fight. But there's that power jab right there. I want to see a 2 behind it. I mean, it's a 1-2, not just a 1.
What's your favorite fight of the night, Sergio? I just listed a whole bunch of them. What's the one you say? No. I know the main event is the main event. Obviously, it's a very interesting fight, but which one are you saying? No. This is the fight I got to say.
Chocolatito.
Really?
I mean, every great fighter has one last great fight in them. And for him to get another world title opportunity at this point of his career, even though he is only 32 years old, he's a great 32 years old. So I'm looking forward to your fight in Chocolatito.
Good right hand by Espino there as he starts to take a little more control in this fight. Savage offers the jab back. You know what my favorite fight is already.
Sorry?
I'm talking to you.
I was listening to Robert Garcia in the corner.
Right, I'm sorry.
Because they're
sorry I interrupted you. Okay.
They're yelling instructions at Espino. There's that right hand. See, they want the pressure of Espino, and they finally landed the right hand.
I'm going to talk to other people ringside here just for a little bit. No, you're watching the fight. You're all right. Good jab there by
I'm watching
Espino.
the fight, and I'm listening to Robert Garcia.
Right.
Instructions in Spanish.
Well, I meant you want to see Chocolatito Roman Gonzalez. Where's Delvecchio now looking at his glove? What was that?
A little showing off there by Savage. He was looking at his wrist like he's looking at the time. Like, what time is it?
Is that what it meant?
Yeah, no.
And what does he mean by that?
Well, he basically said he didn't land the punch. And, looking at the crowd saying, hey.
I don't know if he did enough to do that. I don't get it. Nice jab. Another beautiful jab, doubling up on the jab as Espino misses with the right hand.
And back comes Savage with that straight left hand.
You know, I wondered if Savage could keep up the energy, Sergio. It's starting to wane a bit, but he's hanging in.
In a 6-round fight, you know he can hang that. Especially if he's reserving his punches, not, taking his time. And that's what fighters like this that look for this opportunity to fight these prospects. They know how to save their gas.
I'm pushing.
Box.
Little glove check there again for Delvecchio Savage for some reason. Coming up next, I mentioned Diego Pacheco, 6'4" at super middleweight, taking on Oscar Riojas. Riojas, a veteran, 21-12-1. But Pacheco, we saw him in Saudi Arabia, Sergio, and he looked fantastic.
Getting better and better every single time. He's settling in on his power and his shots. He knows how to fight like a tall man, which he is, but he likes getting inside and digging to that body, and he's really impressive to watch.
Diego Pacheco, Oscar Riojas next.
All right, then let's go. Fucking take him out of this. Take him out of this. You got to pick it up. You got to cut the ring, stay close to him, but you got to throw 2, 3, 4 punches at a time, not just one. All right? Let's go. Pick it up. Breathe.
A demonstrative Robert Garcia there, getting in his man's face at this point. Now said, hey man, let's get this going.
Yeah, absolutely. They want that stoppage. They want him to cut off the ring and put a little bit more pressure. Throw 3, 4, 5 punches to those combinations.
Round 4, scheduled for 6. Once again, Diego Pacheco and Oscar Riojas coming up next. Good right hand by Espino.
Yeah, but he didn't follow it up with the 3 and the 4 that Garcia wants him to do. It was a clean 1-2, but keep pushing it, keep punching. Like right there, where's the second body shot to the left side of the body?
Nice right hand to the body though, Sergio.
Absolutely, but they want more. One's not enough, especially with a fighter that hasn't, he's been in there with tough fighters. He's been hit to the body and hurt before. He knows how to survive.
Well, Sergio Moro just told you he's looking forward to Chocolatito taking on Cal Yafai. By the way, Yafai, 150-plus amateur wins, 26-0 as a pro. He is skilled. He can box, he can dance, he's going to be on his bike. That's a fascinating fight. But you know the fight I'm looking forward to, Sergio?
Absolutely.
Julio Cesar Martinez, who is one of the most, I'll just plant this now, one of the most innovative fighters in the sport. I'll explain why as we get closer. But Martinez defending his WBC flyweight title against Jay Harris later here tonight.
Not for nothing, Brian, but he is impressive. I mean, the way he won the title and just his ascent to the top.
He's a machine.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he is beautiful to watch. Nice hook by Delvecchio Savage. Fighting out of the corner now as they begin to trade. Little lead left hand there by Savage.
Espino looking to counter him with that right hand, but Savage is fighting him off nicely off the ropes. And right there, he goes into the middle of the ring now.
Let's go. Work out of it. Work out of it. Let's go.
So right now they're battling for foot position. If you look at their lead foot, they're trying to get, the southpaw wants to keep it on the outside, Savage is, and Alexis wants to keep it on the outside as well. So they're fighting with their feet and their jabs for position.
You see Savage now, a little bit of the wind has been taken out of his sails. A little starch out of him. He's working harder. You can hear him. And there's a beautiful jab. Snaps the head back. Espino with a nice scoring shot and an uppercut. Now he's starting to land. Right hand as well. Savage battles back.
Go, guys. Stop holding. Stop holding.
Still fiery in there in round 4.
Holding on to Espino's arms right there. That's a sign that he wants to rest on the inside. Yes, he's punching nicely, but look, straight left hand right there that landed on Espino.
Nice trade as well. Yeah, he's a little more tired, Sergio, no doubt. Another beautiful uppercut by Espino.
So this is the reason that Espino should go down to the body. Dig away. If you see that your man is getting tired, go downstairs and make him more tired. Hurt him down there.
More uppercuts by Espino.
Good shot right there by Savage.
Savage with a good combination, fighting off the ropes. A lot of fire. And an interesting fight as we kick things off in Frisco, Texas. Right hand punctuates the round for Espino.
Wipe my nose. Stop. Good. Now see, you're working now. You're standing there too long. Hold on, let it go, let it go. All right, now wipe. You're standing there too long. Okay. Water, little water. He getting too many free punches on you because you're staying there too long. Here. Put the bucket over. Let me get it on top. Go on top, back in the neck. All right. Wipe me off at the top. Come on, see.
Then you let's go fucking handle business. Throw hard punches, that right hand. So many times you're letting it go. You're letting them go. Ya esa boom de gancho, not straight de gancho o para arriba, but you got to throw it in combinations, 3, 4 combinations.
This is the first time Alexis Espino has been beyond 4 rounds. Savage has done it 6 times, but again, this is part of the dimension. Anything to that, Sergio? I mean, it looks like he's got a good motor, but did you have to get used to that 4 to 6? Make any difference to you?
Usually a fighter that wants to fight 3 or 4 rounders, then you want to switch it 3 or 4 6 rounders, and then from there 8 rounders, 10 rounders, and hopefully the championship.
But you didn't feel much of a difference then, 4 to 6?
No, absolutely not. They go by so fast, Brian, the 4 rounders and the 6 rounders.
I didn't think I mean, Espino is fights under good control, good energy. I don't see his flame going down at all. Savage, though, I did expect that, and he has gone down a little bit in terms of volume, output, starts. Now he's on the ropes, getting hammered by Espino.
Stop! You can't push and use that.
Admonished by Neil Young, you can't use your shoulder to push off.
Well, Savage was looking to hold on to Espino, and Espino didn't let him. That's a good move. Push him off. Keep fighting.
Savage, good combination with an answer going to the body.
See, even though Savage is tired, you could clearly see he's tired. He looks for the nice shots, and they're still clean, effective shots. But right now, Espino, he should be putting the pressure right now. Body language is telling me that Savage is tired, so go after him.
Nice uppercut you saw there by Espino, starting to throw more combinations. Digging to the body.
Good body shots by Espino, but keep going, keep punching. You only have one and a half round to go, and believe me, you get an extra burst of energy if you're Savage and if you know it's the last round.
It's a wicked body shot there by Espino, and he's drawn blood from Savage as well. He's got blood all over his neck. I believe that's from Savage, maybe his nose, his mouth. Answers with a quick jab, trying to fight back, but Espino really taking it to Delvecchio Savage now.
Nice shot right there from the southpaw stance. Espino lands a 1-2 from the southpaw stance.
And you can see the 1-2 from Espino, and you can see the blood now is coming from the nose of Savage.
Nice uppercut on the inside. See, this is what Robert Garcia wants. Pick up the pace. Don't let him breathe. Keep touching him. Keep picking them apart. You can see Savage is giving in now.
Savage has never been down. He's never been stopped. It's going to take everything he has to survive this, though. Espino firing right hands. Still a lot of time left in this 5th round.
Good right hook in the inside by Savage right here. See, Espino's not punching on the inside anymore. And that gives Savage a little time, a little breather to come back and hold on and let the seconds fly by.
Uppercut and chopping right hand. Borderline low by Savage. Yeah, you can feel it. Savage is digging deep, Sergio, saying, I will not be stopped. I'm going to finish this fight, but it's not easy right now as Espino has taken control. Big round by Espino there.
Vamos para hacer esto, okay? You got 1 round, okay? 3 minutes, eh? Yes, let's go, okay? Okay? If not, the fight's gonna be very close. All right? Let's go then, okay? Stay on his ass and throw a lot of punches. Don't get careless. Hands up and go to the pumping body combination.
And here we see Espino pierce the guard of Savage with that jab just to set up that right hand right there. Came a little bit short from the chin or else it would have done more damage. And here Savage comes back like he has been doing. Fighting Espino off, catching him with a right hook right there. He barely missed the target, but still a landed punch. Both of them 1 inch apart from landing something that was meaningful.
Final round, and you can see on the face of Delvecchio, Savage determined to finish this fight. Very tough kid. Again, he's only 23 years old as well. Espino is 20. He's the prospect. He's the A-side, as they call it in the sport. Final 6th round here as we open things up. And Espino starts to fire right away. And once again, Sergio, you heard Robert Garcia, like, get after it. Now be responsible, but get after it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like I said in the 5th round, Brian. Savage knows it's the last round. 3 more minutes. He's going to get a shot, a boost of adrenaline. So it's going to be hard to stop him in this last 3 minutes. His chance, Espino's chances were in that 4th and 5th round to pick up the pace.
Now, if that's something that you could go back to the drawing board in the gym, right? Sergio, is that now we've seen him push off with the shoulder, push off with the forearm. How do you create space or get punching room when you want it without doing those tactics, which will be stopped? They are illegal.
No, well, I mean, in order to get that space, you have to push him off. That's what we do in the ring, or else you want to get a little angle and a pivot with
you can
your
spring
feet.
to the side. You can do a lot of things.
Yeah, but you want to do that with your feet, and Espino's more of a, he's not really swift with his feet like that.
Digging body shots, yeah, throwing the uppercut as well. Savage fires back, trying to stay in this fight.
Espino's not doubling up on shots. I think that's the difference. That would be the difference for Espino. If he doubles up on the body with the same hand, the same punch, or the uppercut.
Good hook to the body. Again, this is a good level of progression fight for Alexis Espino, as he comes in against a guy who's very game despite his record. Wicked right hand by Espino again and again.
Espino trying to come around the guard, turning that right hand into a right hook now. When you're dealing with a fighter like Savage, he could put earmuffs on, but he's not expecting the hooks around the guards. A body shot on the inside right there by Espino.
Final minute of the final round, and Alexis Espino looking to finish off in style. Every time Savage gets hurt, though, he's able to throw something back. Strafing right hand across the face by Espino. Uppercut snaps the head up on Savage, and a straight right hand.
This is Espino's opportunity right here. If he wants to stop it, he has to turn the gas right here. Keep punching.
Tell you what, Savage has a little something left, though. And you can't just walk into him. He's going to make him earn it. He's able to fire back. He's been able to do that all fight. He has not won this fight, not likely. Maybe took a round or two, getting beat up here. But he has always been able to fire something back in the other direction.
Espino's fundamentals are so solid that he wants to place every punch really perfectly. Right now, it would actually be beneficial for Espino to concentrate on speed instead of just the technique of every punch. Make the referee stop the fight with speed.
Final seconds. Nailed him with a hook and a right hand. That's a good 6 rounds.
Yeah, it was.
Alexis Espino looking to go to 6-0. Delvecchio Savage looks relieved to be done with it. He was put to the test, but he gave him good rounds. Tough, hard rounds that will serve Espino well as he moves forward.
I can pretty much guarantee you, BK, that we're going to see Delvecchio Savage once again test another prospect, because this is exactly the type of fighter you want, you know, when you want to test your prospect to see where they're at.
Don't go there too early, right?
No, not too early.
You get in trouble. You might face this guy and lose to him. Made a good account of himself here, and he was able, even late in the late rounds, able to fire shots back.
Because he knows how to fight in the late rounds. He knows how to fight tired. Like I said, he knows how to kill time. That's the reason he hasn't been stopped. He's been hurt several times in his fights, but you know, opponents can't knock him out because he knows how to survive. He's cagey in there. He's wily, and he can take a big punch too.
He took some hard shots, no question,
from a hard puncher in Espino.
I know you like the technique. We saw some things that he could improve upon, clearly, but that's a nice uppercut, throws good hard combinations. Just a good conventional fighter.
Yeah, doubling up on the shots, that's what I would work on with him. He's so good that he wants to place every knuckle and turn the punch every single time, but sometimes speed is the way to go with tough guys.
Espino, though, remember, is 165. You're going to be fighting big guys, rangy guys at 6 feet, 6'1". David Diamante is ready now with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here at the Ford Center in Frisco, Texas, we go to the judges' score totals. Don Griffin scored this bout 60-54. David Iacobucci and Robert Chapa both had the bout 59-55. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated, Alexis Espino.
Unanimous decision for Alexis Espino. Maybe a round or 2 for Delvecchio Savage, but a good hard fight. Made this kid work hard.
It was a unanimous decision. The judges didn't give Savage much credit on the scorecards. I think one judge gave him 1 round. But all in all, it was these are the learning experiences for Espino, and like I mentioned, we will see Delvecchio Savage test another prospect in the near future.
I think that was fair, though, Sergio. I mean, maybe if you're going round by round, what rounds did Savage actually win? Maybe the first, maybe the second. After that, he's not winning rounds. They're competitive rounds, but I wouldn't put him in a position where he would be winning any rounds. Let's take a look now, go back. It was Delvecchio Savage coming out. He fought southpaw throughout this entire fight. So came out southpaw, even though he's an orthodox fighter, and from the get-go you could see there was a tough guy in there who had good energy and was in there to fight.
And he knew how to fight like a southpaw, but he knows how to fight on the inside as well, make it dirty and make it tough in there. He took some good shots. Like, look, those chopping right hands right there, those really hurt you, Brian, when they catch you in that temple ear area, but Savage took them well. Espino was looking to land the right shot, just like that. But right there, he should have just kept the onslaught going with speed.
Alexis Espino goes to 6-0. We can take some pictures there with the fans as he goes. Good work. And again, that's a 20-year-old kid. As we say in baseball, age 20 season. There's a lot of room for growth, a lot of room for better, even more fire. I wouldn't say better technique. His technique is terrific, but he's a hard hitter. And we'll see more of Alexis Espino as he gets his 6th professional win. Good hard work here this afternoon in Frisco, Texas. We are here in Frisco.